negative comment in your comment section, probably not a big deal or something you should be concerned of. However, if you notice that you are always getting haters in your comment section, or maybe you see multiple areas of your life where you're getting negative feedback, see, that is a different story entirely, and it's something that we have to pay attention to. Today, I want to talk about what negative comments actually mean at a high energetic level and how it's something that we actually need to pay attention to because it's a message for us. Welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Lisa Beck and I'm an intuitive guide and energy reader specializing in relationships, the body, pleasure, and life itself. So if you are seeing in your comment section a lot of haters and it is consistent, this is called the law of reflection. The law of reflection is a universal law, and this is what it actually means. It means that our external reality always is a reflection of our inner world. Now, this isn't sometimes true. This is always true across the board because it's a universal law of how energy flows. So, if you are receiving a lot of negative comments, if you are receiving a lot of negative feedback at work or in your relationship or with your family members or friends or what you post online socially, that's data for you. That's data for us to go in internally and look at our internal world and our subconscious beliefs that is creating that reality, attracting it to us. It's not about asking, how do I make this stop? Or I'm just going to ignore the haters, or I'm going to clap back at them, because you can do that, but it's not going to change the situation. The main question to ask is, where does this live inside of me? So there's a reason why when we receive one negative comment or one negative feedback from someone, especially if they are someone we care about or someone we deem maybe socially higher or relationally higher or career level, they're just more status than we have, because negative energy is denser, it's heavier, and that makes it sticky. That makes it stick more versus if you get 10 positive comments, they're great. We love that, but they are lighter. They are a lighter frequency, a lighter energy. And so think of them as like a feather. They kind of come and float. Whereas negative comments, like I said, are denser and they can get sticky and then they compile. And then all of a sudden we have this ooey gooey denseness living inside of us that just is attracting more and more and more. And so this compounding factor, if we already have a thought or a belief within ourself that is negative, some sort of negative thought about ourself, any other negative thoughts are going to compound and stick to that heavy, dense, negative thought about ourselves. The same thing works on the positive. If we have a really light and positive feeling or idea or thought about ourselves, then other positive thoughts are going to stick to that. It's just how energy flows within our body. This is an example of why one person can receive a negative comment and they just let it go and it doesn't affect them. Whereas another person can receive a negative comment and it is like the top of the pyramid for them and they just can't let it go. They perseverate on that comment. That is because all the negative energy has compounded for them in this area. The difference isn't sensitivity, it's resonant. We resonate with that frequency. So here is the law of reflection at work. If you are regularly receiving judgment from someone, you are regularly judging yourself. you are regularly receiving criticism from someone, you are regularly criticizing yourself, your body, your mind, your work, your ability to make friends, your ability to be in a relationship, how you are in these areas of your life, your ability to manage your finances, your ability to provide, your ability to protect, your ability to parent. If you criticize yourself in one of these areas, if you blame yourself in one of these areas, that is reflected, will be reflected to you from your reality, from your environment, in some way, somehow, by some person's situation or opportunity. And this isn't, I don't want you to blame yourself. And it's not because you deserve it. It's not because you're wrong. It's just how energy flows. What we believe about ourself in our inner world, our own inner critic, our own self-image, how we view ourselves, will be mirrored back to us, will be reflected back to us, the law of reflection, through our reality. So again, if you are receiving a lot of negative comments in your social media posts or your comment section, that is data and feedback for you. Now, I don't want to take away the impact of the person doing the commenting. They are in their own wounding, and I actually have a whole video about that, of the law of projection, as it's called, where we project our energy or our insecurities or our suppression of gifts onto other people. That will be in another video. So, but this video is about the receiving of the repetitive negative feedback in our life. That is yours to look at, yours to own. So some questions to ask yourself to work through this pattern is, where are you the harshest critic in the room about yourself? Is it in your career? Does it have to do with finances? Does it have to do with parenting? Is it self-image? How you see your body? How you are in a relationship? How you are with your relationship to food? With your relationship to money? With your relationship to friends? To family? Where are you your harshest critic? That's what we really want to look at. That's the inner wound that we want to heal. That's why all the negativity is coming up in the first place, because it's the universe saying, hey, knock, 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 knock. It's time for you to look at this and heal this within yourself. So I want to make a distinction about repeating pattern versus just noise, right? So one negative comment in your social media or from one person or one area of your life, that's probably just noise. That is the other person's wounding, definitely, and just let that go and bypass it. That's not something where you need to break it down and look at and go internal and say, where is this my own wound? That is their issue, not yours. The red flag, the one that you need to highlight and look at, is when you notice that it's happening repetitively over and over and over. You get a lot of negative feedback. You get a lot of negative comments, or it's coming in multiple areas all at once. Social media, work, career, same thing, relationships, family, different areas of your life. You're noticing one common thread throughout it: negative comments, negative feedback right to you. I also want to talk about the growth paradox. So this is really important, especially if you are someone who is online and building a platform, or you are rising up in your career and you have more roles and responsibility and you are influencing more people, or maybe you are a coach or a teacher and you are, I don't want to say in charge of, but you have a bigger influence. Is when we grow, when we expand, when our energy grows and expands, we are opening ourselves up to receive more. So that is so great, because more love, more opportunity, more money, more joy, more all the good things. And on the other end, we are also opening ourselves up to receive more opportunities to heal our inner wound. So it makes sense, right? If you have and grow a large audience on social media, you're going to receive a lot of love, but you're also probably going to receive a lot of hate as well. That is also the law of balance, another universal law. But when we look at the law of reflection, the more negative comments that you receive is reflecting a wound within you that is looking to be healed. This is also why people tend to reach a ceiling when they are trying to grow. It's because they've expanded, and opened their field up to so much receptivity, then all of the sudden their nervous system is like, whoa, 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 this is almost too much. I need to pause. I can't handle anymore. So that is usually an area where we plateau in our career, we plateau growing on social media, we plateau in our relationship. We've reached a point in our nervous system where the nervous system says, okay, I need time to integrate. I need time to catch up. I need time to expand. I need time to process any wounds that I still have. So that's kind of what happens from a higher energetic level when you find yourself plateauing, especially if you're trying to build your business or build your social media following. So, practical steps. What do you do when you find that your comment section, the haters be hating, or like I said, you find that you're receiving negative feedback in multiple areas of your life? Well, one, you can ignore it, right? If it's a one-off thing, you can just brush it off. Discernment matters. Check in with yourself. Does this mean anything? Is this just a one-off? Is this someone in their own wounding that is projecting onto me? Or do I feel something in my body with this person's reaction? So that's number one. Number two, you can clap back. Definitely can do that. And sometimes that is the right move if you are holding a boundary. But if you sense that you are always clapping back and you are always holding this boundary, and you don't clap back just once, but it's again and again and again, then you may want to ask yourself, why am I constantly defending myself? Why am I feeling the need to constantly defend myself? What is that within me? And then the third option is to get curious, to explore your inner world when someone is commenting negatively on a post, on something you said, something that you reflected. Where is that within you? Where are you judging yourself? Where are you being too critical? Where are you showing up on the outside, but your inner world is telling a different story? So you don't need thicker skin. You need a clear energy field. You need to understand and have compassion for where you are your own biggest critic, the biggest judgment you have on yourself, and the areas of life in which you do that. This is one thing that we do in my Blueprint Soul session, is that we go in energetically and we look at where the threads are that you are projecting into the world that are bringing in and attracting this negativity into your life. And we clear that from your body, we clear it from your energy field, thus changing your reality, and you will see less negative comments, less negative feedback, because we would have healed that inner part of you. Next video, we are going to go into the law of projection, which is just exciting. It has also so many tips to treat us. Again, my name is Lisa. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you on the next video.